This is insane.
That's why these people have to take advantage of this thing. We've held the prices down as much as we can. We know people have to pour every cent that they can in and get as much food as possible. That's why we're combining holding back the price increase. At the same time, we're doing this buy three, get one free. That's 25% savings. It's ridiculous, but we're going to be able to do it. And basically, you spell freedom, F-O-O-D. And people can fight for their own freedom, and we'll sure help them as much as we can, but they got to move. They just absolutely have to move.
Pentagon studies show that within 10 days without food, over 90% of people will start killing for food. And after 15 days, over 90% begin engaging in cannibalism. What you see in a movie like The Road happens within 15 days of no food. It's what happened in Leningrad during the 2-year Nazi siege. They sustained, after they ate the rats and after they ate the wallpaper that had flour in it, they began eating people. And I'm not saying that's ever going to happen. The issue is 90%, and this is a mainline statistic, of our population is urban. They're totally unself-sufficient. And in the Great Depression, we were the reverse of that. Right at 90% were rural, 10% urban. Now that's flip-flopped, and if university studies show 7 million starved to death over the 10-year depression in the U.S., they estimate, what's going to happen if we have a full-bore depression that we're now sliding into now? You are nuts if you don't have storable food. It's that simple.
Absolutely, and the whole thing is that they're now calling this the greatest depression as opposed to what was there before. You realize that 40% of our families go to the grocery store right now and have to decide whether they're going to pay their bills or buy food? And that's what we're trying to fight, Alex, and that's why we're scrambling. We've got production up as high as we can, producing everything that we can, packing it up from this food that we bought in at the previous prices. And when this is gone, we're going to have to raise the price. We don't have any choice in a country where people are having a hard time affording it now. We don't know what to do.
And the government's paying record amounts of people. I was reading it wasn't in Bloomberg, it was in my The Economist when I was out of town with Ventura. I was reading a lot of magazines that they're paying record numbers to produce crops for ethanol.
Oh, I know. It's absolutely, it's so stupid it's beyond belief. But if you figure that the last figures came out that 52% of the population that's employed is working for the government, that leaves the remainder of the employed population having to support those people working for the government and all of the people that are on food stamps, welfare, that have lost their jobs. I've got, we're just going to post on our website this job loss map that they've got of the country that goes from 2007 to the present, and it's unbelievable. The map is almost all black from over 10 to 20% of the population, the employable population, being unemployed. We have trouble right here in River City, Alex, and people have to move. Food is how you spell freedom. It's just
well, you'll never stand on a bread line if you have your own bread. You'll never stand on a bread line if you have your own bread. eFoods Direct. It's the letter E, foodsdirect.com. Banners up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. This is a place I believe is the best place to get and it's gourmet-style meals, basic meals. You've got a wide spectrum of different types of foods, special diets. I mean, it's just wonderful. People should at least go to efoodsdirect.com or call the toll-free number and get a brochure, but don't screw around. Steve Shank, give folks that toll-free number if they want to call.
It's 800-409-5633. 800-409-5633.
800-409-5633 or the letter E, foodsdirect.com. One word, efoodsdirect.com, 800-409-5633. But you know, the good part about this is we were getting laughed at 10, 15 years ago saying own guns, food, try to move into the country. We're going to have a financial collapse. Derivatives are going to cause it because the real economists were admitting that. The IMF World Bank plans came out 8 years ago admitting it was part of their plan. Now I have mainstream, Department of Defense saying that they're worried about total rebellions because of the economy imploding. IMF fears social explosion from world job crisis. London Telegraph. I'm trying to find my my article from the Pentagon saying this. It's here in my stack. United States Joint Forces Command warns that huge U.S. debt might lead to military impotence, default, or revolution. We've gone from a decade ago saying this is probably going to cause this to we're now sliding into it. And so the good news is we were getting laughed at 10 years ago. Now people remember what we said. They're not laughing. And the patriots, that remnant out there, is now the leadership to wake everybody else up, and they're listening to us. So just thank God that so many people like yourself and Ron Paul and many others saw this coming, because now people are going to listen to us and not the bankers who want to get even more power out of this crisis. Let me give people the number again for folks that want to call toll-free. Don't procrastinate. We'll put that number back up on screen for folks, but the website's efoodsdirect.com, 800-409-5633, and they're only running this for another week and a half or so. You heard it, the 27th of this month. Buy 3, get 1 free, and it's already discounted down to nothing. Check it out, 800-409-5633, efoodsdirect.com. Steve Shank, God bless you. Keep up God's work.
Thanks, Alex. You be good.
All right, we'll be right back. Final News Blitz straight ahead. This is the GCN Radio Network, GCNlive.com.
You worry, but only because you're paying attention. What's happening in the Gulf of Mexico illustrates an audacity toward nature. A similar audacity called GMO, or genetically modified organisms, means that the quality of commercially grown food may be compromised with our health in the balance. Now that summer's here, what better time to learn about the bounty that nature provides in wild edible food? Let author Linda Runyon show you the best-kept secret in plain sight, that food is everywhere you look. This summer, for the cost of a good meal or two out, you can literally starvation-proof yourself and your loved ones against any future craziness, and put up tons of free food, too. Whatever experiment is being run on us, you can rest assured that Linda's 50 or so staple foods aren't involved. Our foods are their enemy. So go to ofthefield.com or call toll-free 1-888-51-EAT-FREE and take that first step. Make your oasis of food security and nutrition now. That's OFTHEFIELD.com or call 1-888-513-2837. Start now and make 2010 your year of independence.
You may be arrested and or subject to other police action.
Tyranny is here. The grim future foretold in 1984 has become reality.
It really says that the state is God.
The United States is now recognized globally as one of the most oppressive police states on earth. This film conclusively proves the existence of a secret network of FEMA camps, now being expanded nationwide. This documentary exposes how the continuity of government program has established an all-powerful shadow state. Police State 4 chronicles the sickening depths to which our republic has fallen. Prepare to enter the secretive world of emergency dictatorship. Body scanners, sound cannons, citizen spies, stage terror, and cameras on every street corner. It's only the beginning of the New World Order's hellish plan. The police state isn't coming. It's here. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or see it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Afraid to answer it? Afraid to answer your door? Did you know that debt settlement, bankruptcy, and attorneys will cost you about 10 times more than you would legally be required to pay creditors? These are not ways to help you get out of debt. They are expensive payment plans. And if you're in debt already, does it make sense to load yourself up with another payment plan? Zero debt in 90 days gets you out of debt in 90 days, guaranteed. And that's the website you need to visit right now, ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. Zero debt in 90 days gets you out of debt without a payment plan and without attorneys or going to court. ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com is the quickest solution to debt relief on the planet. If you have more than $25,000 in credit card debt, student loans, or difficult mortgage situation, we can help, and we are the only organization to provide written guarantees on the results. Go to ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. That's ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com.
The globalists want to start curtailing free speech and shutting down the web. And the Pentagon admits that's their plan. Key story at PrisonPlanet.com. Big shifts to get expanded role in policing the internet. 2 cybersecurity bills that would hand President Obama the power to shut down parts of the internet in the event of a national emergency have now been merged into a single unified piece of legislation the Democrats will try to pass before the end of the year, with the Department of Homeland Security being given a larger role in policing the World Wide Web. Under the new draft bill, which is combined with 2 versions originally crafted by Senators Lieberman and Rockefeller. Janet Napolitano's DHS will be handed broader authority to determine how to handle potential cybersecurity threats. They talk about being proactive. DHS will get expanded authorities. I think it's clear, said James Lewis, cybersecurity expert. And then it goes into all the different ways they want to censor and control the web and all the different White House czars saying they want that. And then you watch, Republicans will get into power. They're going to love all this. They originally wrote the Cybersecurity Act. But meanwhile, Homeland Security is not deporting or arresting illegals. They're announcing they're just going to basically get rid of all of it. So the borders are wide open, but your Internet's got to be controlled. And they lie to you and say the Internet is hooked into nuclear power plants and B-2 bombers. None of that's true. Even the Wall Street Journal admitted that. So they're lying to you. Well, of course they're lying. They're a pack of criminals. If they'll steal dead veterans' insurance money and tell people core exit isn't bad for them and that asbestos dust is good, what do you expect? And separately, there's big investigations. Are the troops growing opium? Are they shipping it out? That's all over the news. And then in plain view, they're helping grow it. Of course they're helping ship it in. They only bust little guys that are shipping it on their own. They're not allowed to do that. That's who they're busting in these news articles. Let's play a quick clip of Fox News with Geraldo with the Marines admitting they're helping guard and grow the opium. Here it is.
This province, a province, as you suggest, that has become addicted to opium in many, many ways. That is the principal crop that is being grown here. The Taliban lend the farmers the money. They are indebted to the Taliban. They have to grow the opium. Now the Marines, in their success, are in a sense a victim of their success, because now the population is, they have these opium fields, and we are tolerating it. We are tolerating the cultivation of the opium because we know that if we were to destroy it now, the population would turn against the Marines, and it would be a real security risk. Let me introduce Lieutenant Colonel Brian Christmas. He's the commanding officer of the 3rd Battalion, 6th Marines. Really a wonderful group of Marines here. I know that you care deeply about this contradiction, the fact that here you have one of the best fighting forces in the world ever mounted, and in a sense you're watching as this opium is being grown. I know it grinds at your gut. How do you deal with it? What are you doing about it?
Well, frankly, this is a part of their culture. So while it might grind in my gut, it's what they do. We provide them security, we're providing them resources, and we're providing them alternatives. And the alternatives are different crops to grow. They're getting the seed and the fertilizer to do it. They can rotate any of their crops that they want. If they want to get rid of their wheat and grow cotton for the winter, they can do that, and we're going to help them do it. So the same thing goes for the poppy.
So you think that, we were at the market and everywhere we go.
It goes on and on. So it starts coming out that the troops are there actually helping grow it and supplying them with the seeds and with the fertilizer. And then if they catch your idiot teenager with some, they're going to prison. Do not use their prescription drugs, all the drugs they're pushing, the Prozac, the hillbilly heroin, the Oxycontin. Don't use any of their crud. Get off their cigarettes. Get off their liquor. Just get off all of it. We're a drugged-out society. And when the cops stop you at a checkpoint, want to search your car, go, look, I'm not using the crap your bosses ship in. Every cop I've talked to in the last 20 years knows the government ships most of the drugs in. And they just put it in your face. Well, we've got to do it. It's just the way it is. But they're investigating, or any of the troops helping ship it out. Give me a break. And they make the Marines stand up there and, talk about opium like it's a good, this is a good thing. This is how we beat the Taliban. The Taliban was created by the CIA. God bless you all. Infowars.com.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can